And we are live from the dining table in Shelby Township, Michigan for On the Button. Talking about UFC 212. Ben Moffitt.
Hey. What's up, motherfuckers?
Nice. We got Little Moffitt. We got Sam Moffitt.
How's she going, eh?
Yeah, he likes Canadian stuff. I'm Brandon Ponke. Let's talk about 212. Started off early with the Fight Pass prelims. We got to watch here, have a couple beers. That was nice.
Hell yeah. Hooked it up to the TV. I fucked up that first pick.
Yeah, I remember you saying after Figueiredo got that TKO victory, like, oh, maybe this is your night. And right after you said it, I was like, fuck, this is going to be a bad night for me. It wasn't too bad.
But then I was like, you know what's going to happen? We're going to split the first two fights. We're going to split the next two fights we argue against. And it's all going to come down to the main event.
It's all be the championship. And that's exactly what happened. Also devastating to find out before this fight that Beltran's mother had recently passed.
Yeah, I feel for the guy.
So, a lot of support for him. He'll definitely get a solid fight next. But
yeah, now he's, 3-2?
Yeah.
A lot of these undercard fights, I'm not going to speculate, because I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Figueiredo, good, impressive hometown, well, at least homeland victory.
Yeah, he was pretty impressive from the get-go. Kind of was controlling the fight.
Yeah, we had said that, like, on the feet might be his only issue.
Yep.
He got the best of that, too, and dropped him with that lead upper hook. Moving on. Yeah.
The upper hook?
Did I say upper hook?
You said upper hook.
I'm just going to quit now. Alright, it's been good.
Alright, Sam, you're tapped in.
The ESPN just released an article a few minutes ago.
You're tapped out. No, go ahead.
Speaking on Dillishaw's comments about Demetrous Johnson trying to...
We're getting to that later.
What did... Yeah, we'll get to it.
No, I want to attack that whole subject later.
Save that. Because, there's a lot to talk about there.
I was right to tap you out. Fuck off, Sam. Alright.
I like that he didn't have an answer immediately ready for when we tapped him in, though. Anyway, I do want to point the next fight, Chagas versus Wallhead.
This was fun.
The finishing combination, they didn't talk about it. It deserved a lot of credit.
Oh my gosh.
Where he leaned to the left and then threw that
it's like an under
it was kind of
jab.
It was kind of like what Weidman did to clip Silva in the first fight.
But it was a little more like...
It was a little more like when you do the Mr. Robato and you throw that arm to the side and make it swing side to side.
Yeah.
But it was like an upper punch. It was
See,
like an upside down
fist.
hammer fist, right?
Yeah, kind of. It was basically a hammer fist.
And it was right on the chin. It didn't like rock him, but
just stunned him, and he just was like right behind it. Had like a really solid left cross coming.
And it was on the way right after that landed, and he didn't see it coming because he just leaned to the left, and all of a sudden that right hand was there. And the left was right behind it.
Boom, right on the button.
Right on the button. Man, Chagas, that was impressive. I picked against you. You made me like you a lot.
Bitch ass.
Yeah, we'll see. Hey, how'd Beltran do? Never mind. I'm not talking.
Yeah, you
I'm
can't
not throwing
talk
shade
shit
against him, no.
I've won 4 straight cards, Ponke.
You're the king.
You gotta earn it. You gotta earn it back.
We'll talk about that Jetro later on, too. But then we had the last Fight Pass prelim. Pihera just kind of controlled Jamie Moyle in every aspect.
Yeah, it was an impressive performance from her. You know, it was a solid fight. Both of them are talented, but and I bet you Pereira gets a decent step up now. Probably top 15.
Because she was controlling every aspect of the fight. The only time she had any real adversity was early in the first, where she took some knees when it clinched up. She took way more knees from Moyle than probably looked like I thought she might get hurt.
But then she adjusted to it.
For sure. We get to B-dubs, and Alcantara has to fuck everything up.
Yeah, is this the...
Yeah.
No, there's two fights that we both got wrong, that we both picked.
Yeah.
But literally, Alcantara, it looked like he rocked Kelleher at one point, and then, like, you blink, you look back, Kelleher catches a couple hooks on him, he seems to be stunned, and dives in for a takedown.
Real slap.
Just goes straight into getting fucking guillotined. And Keller he's like, oh, all right.
I'll take
and Alcantara taps like immediately.
Yeah. I think, I didn't realize right away how rocked he was, but we should give some props to Kelleher because
he made the most of it.
Coming in, was it a fill-in last second? I feel like it was supposed to be someone else fighting. Maybe not.
Might have been like a couple weeks before.
But debut against the Brazilian in Brazil, in Rio of all places, and you catch him and you rock him and you get that submission in the first round. Good for you.
Yeah, good stuff.
We didn't get to see really how good he is though, because it was just kind of that fast.
He tweeted before the fight, it's like, just wait for. It's like, you'll all understand June 3rd. Bitch, we understand now.
Yeah, that's bold. I like it.
But Alcantara, fuck you. Like, he's so talented, and then he always just finds a way to fuck it up.
Or he's getting fucked up, and then he finds a way to fuck up the Sanders fight first.
Yep, exactly.
I believe Kelleher got a bonus for that submission.
Yeah, he actually did. Good call.
Yes, he did.
They didn't. I don't think they gave a knockout of the night. They gave 2 submissions.
They didn't. Yeah. Because it was Holloway Aldo's fight of the night, and then Kelleher and
who was it?
Gadea,
yes.
Oh, okay.
With that beautiful.
Felipe Arantes was supposed to fight Alcantara, but about 3 weeks before he pulled out.
All right. I didn't think it was that guy.
And also, there was supposed to be a fight between Leonardo Santos and Olivier Aubin Mercier, but that got pulled.
Oh, I like that fight too.
Yeah, they both dropped out.
That's why it was 12 instead of 13.
Yup.
Lopez took it to the striking master, Johnny Eduardo, and got the best of him. That was fantastic.
That was fun. This was also one of those that was like, I'm not really sure what's going to happen because Lopez is more of a grappler.
Yeah.
And, he took it to Eduardo, and honestly, I kind of think Eduardo's just kind of getting up there.
Yeah, and we had said that before.
40 times.
That he has a chance in this fight if he can catch him, but Lopez was staying with him on the feet and ended up taking him down, and Eduardo couldn't stop the ground and pound.
No, he could not.
And Yamasaki let it go a long time, but finally stopped it.
Longer than it should have, probably.
But
just at one point, literally, Eduardo doesn't have anything covering his face, and he's just bouncing like 5 or 6 times, and I'm like, how the fuck do you not stop that?
It's still going another 5 seconds after it, but Lopez, that was impressive.
He's going to be ranked.
Good notch on the resume.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, I'm excited for him.
Yeah, for sure. How old is he? 30? Yeah, he could make a push.
For sure.
Especially in a pretty weak division.
Yeah, no
bantamweight, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much the top
shallow
people,
division,
and then all of a sudden, drops off. Carlos Jr. and Spicely was a good fight.
Yeah, that was an interesting fight. They basically tried to heel hook each other for the whole first round.
They got wrapped up in that pretzel position, and that was it.
Yeah.
I'll say I didn't expect Carlos Jr. to be as dominant in every aspect.
Suck a dick.
Well,
because I did.
Oh, okay. Did you?
Yeah. I got it perfectly. I got the pick exactly right. Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah.
You remember?
I remember you saying, too, that, like, all of a sudden you flash to you during the show, you're like, he's going to catch him with a shot that drops him down and then gets the submission.
But he didn't even need that.
No,
because he was so dominant on the ground.
Yeah. And that was the only...
The best Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts are actually Brazilian, as it turns out.
Shocker. I think I could see Spicely getting another fight.
Oh, yeah. I mean, was he on a winning streak going in?
I think he's been trading.
Yeah, I mean, he was on 2 straight. He's 2-2.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not going to get a good guy, but someone that he'll dominate with his grappling, probably.
He's a good guy to put up new guys up against because he's tough.
He's one of those gatekeeper kind of guys. It's like, how good are you?
Yeah.
Or how well-rounded are you?
And it's good to see Carlos Jr. finally kind of putting everything together.
Yeah, I think this is the right weight class for him. He did the heavyweight tournament for the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah.
And then dropped to light heavyweight, and then dropped to middleweight, and then dropped to welterweight.
Yeah.
Welterweight, he was like, this is too much, and then came back to middleweight.
Yeah, he should have stayed there.
And I think this is the right spot for him. I think he's, what is he, like 5-2-1 in the octagon. He's getting a ranked guy next, guaranteed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's earned it.
Yeah, definitely a fun guy to watch.
This fight.
This fight pissed me off.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I know that we can't really say they favored the Brazilian, but because they were both Brazilian. But this one they favored the one that Brazil knows because it's UFC and they don't really care about World Series of Fighting.
Yeah.
So still same concept.
There should not have been a 30-27 either way.
Yeah.
That was bullshit.
Let me just pull this little stat up on MMA decisions. Love that. If you're not following MMA decisions on Twitter, you should. They
I think I am.
keep a very good tab of the actual scorecards, and then they go to every analytical site, MMAfighting.com, MMA Junkie, Bleacher Report, all those guys. Takes about 20 of them and shows all of their judges' decisions.
Yeah.
One person from MMA Junkie had a Sun Cow 29-28.
Everyone else had Moraes.
Every single other person had Moraes, 2 of them 30-27.
That's how I scored it. I scored 29-28 for Moraes.
Yeah, me too.
I thought it would be split because, win in Brazil, but...
Yeah, it was one of the worst calls ever. It was very Anderson Silva, Derek Brunson.
Mm-hmm.
And...
That's exactly what it was.
As a fan, I'm getting really fucking fed up with it.
Yeah, because no one's holding these judges accountable.
Yeah, and they just scrape right past it. No,
don't let it get to a decision. Well, have fucking judges that can judge a fight.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah, it's...
You're a billion-dollar company.
Yeah.
Hire some decent people.
If it's happening...
Or former refs or something,
It shouldn't be happening this often.
Yeah.
So, that's pissing me off.
I feel like there's always one fight on every card or every other card.
Oh yeah, it is. It's every time. It doesn't. It's not even always like. It's usually to do with whose hometown.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just straight wrong picks.
Yep.
If you look at every stat, Marlon Moraes won that. So, I mean,
I agree.
They're not gonna dock
Sam's
him too much.
gonna disagree because he had the Sun Cow, but
no.
I
was not confident that he won. I was not very confident when the decision came that Assunção would have won it, so I'm fine with it because I'm biased, but I know where you're coming from.
Yeah, and I mean, like here, if we want to flip it, in the fight later on that I didn't pick the winner, I could see that like it could have gone either way. I was okay with the Belfort over Marquardt.
Yeah, that one was a little... That one was also a little biased, but I thought
that one wasn't
way.
Wasn't a 30-27 for the other guy. It's not like Marquardt dominated and then they went Belfort because it went the distance.
Yeah,
that's what happened against Moraes. I feel bad for him. I don't think he'll get a good fight next, but
he'll still get a ranked guy because he's right there. Like, he won this fight, so
it's not going to affect them too much. But as a fan, if this shit keeps happening, it's going to turn people off of the UFC.
Yeah, definitely. It's hard to look professional like you want to be perceived as if you keep doing shit like this.
What was I saying? So I was listening to a rant by El Quinta on the Ariel Alani show. This was a while back.
Mm-hmm.
And when they're talking about it, he even brought up a great point about if the UFC actually did unionize, it'd be so much easier for them to get judges and not be wrapped up in the commissions.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I made up I said I made up this theory back in
yeah, we have it marked.
Oh, because then fighters would have a say in who's judging fights.
Yeah, it was the episode where GSP was just announced that he was going to come back. We talked about your idea with the judges.
But this interview was back when they had the Reebok deal coming out, and he was saying this is so awful because it just takes away collective bargaining from fighters.
Yeah,
and that's not. It's in every other sport. The reason you can have lockouts and the reason you can have fighters get what they should and get percentages of pay-per-view money is because of
unions.
Yeah, unions. So,
I'm kind of surprised the Muhammad Ali Act does not apply to MMA.
Yeah, which I thought it had with when McGregor stuff started.
They were talking about it, but I don't remember anything ever coming out of it.
Yeah. They never really actually talked about that being involved.
Because, I mean, like, right now, it's literally, he just had to make a deal with the UFC.
Right.
To get this fight.
Yeah.
It's one of those situations where Dana has way too much power, and that should never be a good thing in any corporation or government.
Yeah, I mean, it's bad for everybody. It's bad for the fighters. It's bad for fans that, I mean, I'm sorry, I don't like it because it's like the WWE. I'm not in it for fucking show. I want the one that won the fight to win the fight.
Yeah.
It's a sport. I want it to be like the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like it. The competition.
And basically the premise that we're insinuating is they negotiate a percentage of the profits. And then they divvy it up based on, McGregor's still going to get, 60% of that money, you know?
Yeah.
But then everybody's getting a little more on the fighter side. Whereas right now they get 10% total. And when you got guys that are, if you want to be a professional organization, be able to pay guys so they don't have to get other jobs. So they can be the best fighters that you want,
Yeah.
You want top to bottom to have the best in the world. Well, let them train to be the best in the world.
Yeah, it's like,
It's a business decision.
You know how boring the NFL would be if they didn't give a shit because they weren't getting paid?
Yeah. Yeah, like, no one would fucking do it.
Yeah, you guys are at the point where they've built it up to where MMA has never been before. And now you're starting to chip it down, and I don't like it. So, but judging is somewhere to start. And that union would make that a lot easier.
It's going to be a long process to get to that point, but...
Well, I want them to at least start going that direction before it gets worse.
Yeah, exactly.
Even to throw a tangent on a different sport with college football, ESPN for 10 years to air the college football playoff. That's 3 football games, paid $5.8 billion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the air 3 games a year.
Yep.
10 years cost them $5.8 billion, and every single player gets 0.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because scholarships come out.
Hey, they get an education.
That comes out of all the gate money they make on games, all the memorabilia, all the television. Think about television deals for just the schools themselves.
Just think about the NBA's contract that they signed with, was it ESPN?
And Turner Sports.
Yeah, Turner Sports. And it's $7 billion or $12 billion, something like that. And the cap space went up $10 million. It's going up $10 million each year. Guys are getting paid $30 million a year, to play basketball. And which in Silver is starting to consider opening it up so high schoolers can go right to the draft again. But college football players can't.
No.
So if you're gonna force them to go to school, pay them.
Yeah.
I did a whole fucking project on this.
So,
on this topic.
And UFC fighters make less than
less than college football players.
Which,
Shit. Think about it.
They're laying it out. They're laying on the line. Maybe you could argue football players a little bit more head trauma, but I mean, who can you really say is laying it on the line as much as these guys and girls?
Yeah,
it's pissing me off.
You can't.
So, if anybody needed a union, and now that you're at the position that you could easily do it and just grow more, fucking do it. There's our rant.
Yep. All right.
It's going to happen again at some point.
It definitely will. There'll be more later.
But
let's get back to this fight card. Starting with the main card. This was a fun fight.
Yeah, it was. It was
pretty much how I thought it would go, honestly.
The only thing that differed was Medeiros' output was great right from the start, and I was very happy to see that. And
he was keeping up with Silva's very spurty early flurries.
Yeah, which I think is kind of the reason he ended up getting what he needed to win, because if he just sat back and let Silva put something together, he might have got caught himself.
What was interesting is he was kind of getting lit up a little bit right before he knocked him out.
Yeah.
He caught him with a couple shots. Yancey was talking to him. He kept moving, and then that just perfect 1-2. It just beautiful.
That was exciting.
Actually, I think it was a 2-3. Wasn't it straight right and then a hook?
Yeah, it was definitely a hook that dropped him.
And it was right at the end of his range, just perfect time.
Right on the chin.
Perfectly timed shot.
didn't put him completely out, but
yeah, it was
a pretty quick stoppage.
It was quick, but honestly, I didn't really. When you looked at the replay, it didn't seem like Silva was really defending himself very well.
Yeah, I guess the only reason it was like, if he is Silva's so known for being dropped just like that and then surviving those and coming back fine.
That's true.
It's the only time where it's like, well, maybe because of that fighter being that way, maybe you let that go a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But
yeah, they probably should have given him a couple more seconds, but honestly, I think he was just going to end up going out.
yeah, and if not going out, it would have been enough for a TKO after a while. And they had just had that happen with Lopez. Let that go too long, so they're like, hey, maybe don't let him get his head knocked against the,
Yeah, that's true.
So, good win for Medeiros. Silva will stick around and get a good fight.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that they'll never cut, regardless. They'll always put on a show. Yeah. Yancey's getting a top 15 guy.
Yeah, and
he just moved up to welterweight for his last fight.
If he comes into his next fight the way he started this one, I think he's looking better than he ever has.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely got to watch.
Borrachina, man.
He's a fucking tank.
So this was supposed to be...
Scary dude.
Can Borrachina survive, counter, or... Yeah, pretty much survive or counter Bambosi jumping at him in the first round?
Yeah, can he take those shots? He can take the shots.
Yeah, he can. And it was weird that Bambosi seemed he was trying to be a little bit more, like, patient and technical. It's not his game.
No.
Because Borrachina was able to pick him apart early, and then he started throwing wild, and it was too late. Borrachina had his number.
Yep.
Controlled it. Second round?
I don't remember how he fell. I missed, like, how did Bambosi end up on his back? Did he slip off a kick? Did he actually get hit?
I thought it was
it was slips out of body kick.
Oh, okay. And then Borrachina just started lighting him up.
Yeah, and he was pretty gassed at that point. Borrachina was just heating up. He was looking good. And he was finding that chin a lot, and you had mentioned that.
Yeah.
So, good win for him.
Definitely.
It was no fluke against McClellan. This guy's a motherfucker.
He was calling for a top 15 guy, but I think he needs one more.
Yeah. He'll get somebody good, though.
Somebody close to it.
Do you give him another brawler again? I mean...
they probably will, because they'd rather have that.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see him get tested.
Yeah, because...
Carlos Jr.
Dude, that's perfect. Because Carlos Jr. only 2 wins after 2 losses against not huge opponents.
Yeah.
No offense, Spicely. But that's pretty perfect.
They won't do it, but I think that'd be fun. That'd be fun to watch.
They're both coming off 2 wins. Carlos Jr.'s just been there a little bit longer, but I think that fits perfectly. What do you got?
I was working on the YouTube page, so I wasn't paying full attention, and all I heard was him yell, "Carl's Jr." I'm like, we just ate.
Yeah, Sam, let's go to Carl's Jr.
Do we have those?
No, we parties.
Yeah.
It's the north. It's the up north Carl's Jr.
It's the redheaded stepchild of Carl's Jr.
Wendy? Anyway.
And that other fight, that was kind of
I kind of thought that it was. I mentioned it might be boring.
Yeah.
But
well, I mean, the decision too was kind of. I didn't expect Spoutfort to get that. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, I had it 29-28 Marquardt.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was one of those where I could see it looked like Marquardt was landing more. And Belfort, when he did land,
actually landing hard.
Shots.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Did you see the tweet that I retweeted where it was, Vitor says he has 5 more fights, and then it was that the Boston Celtics coach just going...
like,
just sweating like, no.
Really?
Doc Rivers.
For all those at home, he made a very weird face where he, like, tightened his lips and he, like, waited, like, his teeth.
Yeah, it was that one. Yeah. It was that one.
Yeah, he's like...
Yeah, it was exactly that face. Yeah, you nailed it.
All right, you have to describe things on podcasts I learned from Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I mean...
Sure.
Yeah.
You know how hard it was to try and describe the combination Chagas landed? It's like that Mr. Roboto fucking upside down hammer fist. But yeah, he does have one more fight on his contract. He was saying afterwards that he felt the best he's felt, but it was Nate Marquardt.
He's probably gonna get busted for steroids.
Well, yeah. He new gym though. I'm trying to think who it was.
Oh yeah,
TriStar
for Belfort.
For Belfort.
Really?
It might not have been TriStar.
There's no way it was TriStar. You think he would go to Canada?
No, it was somebody else. Start with a T.
Canada. No.
Well, he had mentioned it in the. If you guys should have some UFC Fight Pass. Did they do the post-fight press conference on like YouTube and stuff? Or is that a Fight Pass exclusive? No, I mean, is it available if you don't have Fight Pass to people? The post-fight press conference where they're interviewing people?
Probably.
Yeah.
If the weigh-ins are, why wouldn't the post-fight press conference, right?
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. I mean, shit. I don't feel confident in either one of these guys' next opponents, but we'll see.
Hey, give Belfort another guy on his way out.
I think, and at the end of the day...
Let Shogun kick his ass.
I mean, maybe close between Aldo and...
Shogun's light heavy still, isn't he?
Yeah, he won't.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Never mind, good.
But it would probably be close between Aldo and Belfort on who the crowd loved more in Rio.
Oh, yeah.
But...
Probably Aldo.
He did
because of his
well
movie
enough.
that came out.
Yeah, I felt some kind of weirdness when, like, at the very beginning of the card, when it was still Fight Pass, they were like, Aldo with his first fight after the movie they made about his life. And I was like, fuck. But it was good for the fans to see their Belfort hero get the win. I think he did good enough to go ahead and give it to him.
Yeah.
And Nate, if you want to get the win, just a little more trying, and he would have got it for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Or he would have got knocked out. Claudia Gadelha and Carolina.
Fuck. Immediately after our last show, I was like, why the fuck did I pick Carolina? Uh-oh. And that feeling was right.
Yeah, I was kind of getting that feeling for the other way because I had Gadelha. I was like, Carolina's going to hurt her. She's got heavy hands. She was throwing pretty hard. And then, but I more so felt it for Marquardt immediately. I was like, I'm losing that fight.
Yeah.
But once it happened, it was closer. But I did not think Gadelha was going to be able to control her and finish her that quick.
Yeah, because what I'd seen from Carolina with her grappling was better than this. But Gadelha is just on another level.
Well, I think Gadelha...
She said she was going to finish her, and she finished her.
It seemed like that was a new Gadelha. That was a...
She, and actually, I saw that she moved to Albuquerque.
Yeah.
Jackson Wink.
Yeah, that helped.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, everybody should be very worried about that. I think you were right, though. I think Rose gets the next shot, but everybody else up there better.
Yeah, Rose is going to get the next shot. And then Claudia will probably fight, like, the winner of, or either, like, Tisha Torres or the winner of Esparza and,
Who's she
other
fighting?
Chick.
Who's she fighting?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
You haven't heard about the new UFC fighter called Other Chick?
Other Chick?
You want to fuck off, Sam? I'm supposed to be doing research over here.
Got it.
Young Jamie.
Young Jamie. Oh.
Shut the fuck up, young Jamie.
See, he pays.
He gets
I
paid.
get paid. Well, I don't get paid, so fuck off.
Exactly.
Her other spars isn't. It's just, I just googled her to look up her matchup. And
Was it the Korean chick?
No, it's not Michelle Watterson.
No, not Korean. Curran? Curran?
Kaylin Curran?
Yeah.
No.
All right, I think
She's like 1-4 in the UFC. No.
She is going to be fighting...
Marina Moroz, the boxer.
Ah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, that's
honestly,
a good fight,
I think the winner of that fight will fight.
What do they do with...
We'll get fucked up by Gadelha, and then...
How about Carolina Randa Marcos?
Sure.
Because Marcos beat Jocelyn Jones-Lieberger, that little blonde, and then lost to Courtney Casey by submission, but then just beat Carla Esparza.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
Maybe.
Sure.
Just because we haven't seen her a bit. But yeah, Tisha Torres trading wins and losses, but it was to Rose the loss.
Sounds good.
I like it.
Move on to the main event. Got a new champion, bitches. Hey.
You know what? I want to say that I did what you did with Whitaker, Souza, and Moicano Stevens with this one. Was I all my talking points were why Holloway's gonna win, and I should have.
But leg kicks.
Yeah, it was
which
like leg
didn't
kicks.
throw at all.
Immediately, I was like.
I don't think he's thrown a leg kick in like 4 fights.
He threw two. He threw two in the beginning.
Did he?
And Max was talking about. He's like, I like to move though, so they didn't do anything. And he was really moving around a lot.
Yeah.
In that first round. At the end of it, he got hit though, and he acknowledged that his hands are heavy. And Aldo hurt him at the end. He said, "Yeah, those fucking rocked me."
Oh yeah.
But
actually, all 3 judges had Aldo winning the first 2.
First 2?
Yeah.
I thought first for sure.
First 2.
But I think. I
thought Holloway won the second.
I think I had Holloway for the second. Yeah, we all said I think 1-1.
Yeah.
First one I thought for sure it was Aldo.
We're also.
But I know that one was
Aldo
close.
in Brazil, in Rio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Close round is gonna go to him.
But you could tell by the end of the second that Aldo was in trouble.
Yeah.
And that Max
He started to slow just to slightly.
And Max, we've seen now it's a pattern I didn't pick up on until like right as we were watching his last few fights. He likes to feel out in the first round, in the 3 round, or the first 2 in this 5 round, and
kind of draw you in.
Once he gets all your timing, dude, you nailed it with the end of the punches thing.
Yep.
Because it was a 1-2 and then a 1-2. Like the first one just kind of backed him up, and the 1-2 both on the chin just dropped him. It's fucking beautiful. Yeah.
And that one took a little bit for them to call it, but
yeah,
legend. It's kind of hard not to.
I mean, it was a 1-2 that had dropped him, and he wasn't like eyes rolled back or anything, but it was just Holloway was so relentless that it was a like TKO by volume.
Aldo is the new Teixeira. Gets his life stolen from him in 13 seconds, and now he doesn't know what to do. But now Aldo's it's a different situation. But
we got a new champ. We got a new featherweight champ.
That was fun for me.
I like in his post fight.
Tony called the round.
Did he? Yeah, he did. You had second, and you had fourth.
Yep.
Tony
had third.
Yeah. I had Aldo.
To clarify, I had second.
That's what I said.
That's what
you pointed at us.
Oh,
yeah.
He had second. He had fourth.
Oh, right. It's a podcast. it's all.
Maybe we'll get a camera in here one day.
Yeah, we've been talking about it.
If we're not poor.
Mostly that. In his post fight, he was just kind of cocky. He was just excited. His face was a little fucked up too.
Holloway.
Max. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I liked that he was getting some questions, and a lot of people were trying to ask him stuff in English. If not, translator was going. The last guy that asked a question, he's hearing from the translator. He's like, "Sorry for having to ask in Portuguese." And he's like, stopped the translator. He's like, "No, don't be sorry. We're in your fucking country, dude. You do what you want." So that was cool. I think it's almost guaranteed it's going to be Frankie.
Yeah, definitely. I know Swanson's pissed, but I also think he would need one more anyways, so.
Yeah, I mean, what was Frankie's fight? Was it Aldo before the Rodriguez fight? Was that
There's another fight.
I'm trying to think.
JD Stevens at 205.
205.
Yep.
Stevens.
So Frankie's...
So Cub, it was
Frankie,
Duhu Choi and Lobov. What was before Duhu Choi?
Since Frankie lost to Aldo the first time, beat Charles Oliveira. Didn't you picked Oliveira in that fight? I remember watching Frankie you picked Swanson in that fight. That's what it was. When he fought Frankie.
Yeah.
That was like early on in our shit. Beat Charles Oliveira, beat BJ Penn, beat Cub Swanson, beat Uriah Faber, Chad Mendez, lost to Aldo, beat Stevens, and beat Yair. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
all top 10 guys.
Now, what about Cub? Which is going to take a second to find, but yeah, I think Frankie's the good choice, but Cub's definitely right on that doorstep too.
Let's see. Cub lost to Edgar, lost to Holloway, and then beat Hakron Diaz, beat Kawajiri, beat Superboy and Lobov. So I don't.
All right, yeah,
I don't
it's got to be
so.
Frankie. Frankie's had the title though. I was gonna say Frankie's slowly starting to become, in this part of his career, Uriah Faber.
Kinda, but
now
I actually like
champ.
him. What's up with my voice right now?
This is what we call technical difficulties.
Slightly. There we go.
Yeah, that was a good card. There was only one thing that pissed me off, which is new for pay-per-views. A lot of bad shits happened this year, but yeah, it was a good card.
And then a quick side note: to anyone who watched at B-Dubs, was it just our location that it always cuts out?
Cut out right when he landed the shot.
We saw just the land,
like that last right hand land and him go down, and then blank, and then it came back to him on top.
Hammer fisting, yeah. Damn it. I mean, it is. It's always right around that time, too. It's a little bit after the main event starts. And then everyone's, fuck. And then usually nothing's happened, so everyone's like, oh, you're lucky. And finally something happened this time. It was like, it landed and you saw, and it was like, did he stay up? There's no way. He couldn't have stood up. But you didn't see him go down all the way.
It was like, just jumps back in. We see Aldo on top. We can try to get top position, land in those rights. It was like, ah!
Holloway.
Close though.
This is why I produce.
Yeah. But yeah.
You don't talk.
But yeah, it was good. Max Champ.
I think Cub. Honestly, Aldo's probably going to take some time off.
Yeah, I agree. I was trying to match him up, but I was like, no, he's going to take some time.
Honestly, they should give Cub like a Ortega or Moicano or someone like that.
But
just because everyone else is coming off losses.
Yeah.
Or injured.
Aldo took 11 months off between beating Frankie and defending against.
It's different when you're champ, though.
Yeah.
Versus when you just lost your belt.
He did pull out in December though because of the injury.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's almost all signs it's gonna be Edgar, and I think it will be Hawaii.
That'd be fun.
They were talking about deals. They were talking about.
They're pretty excited about that actually.
Yeah.
I think they're like, yeah, let's do it. Fuck. All right. Haven't had a reason to.
They said it might be a bit of a delay because they want to make sure that's at the right time for weather-wise because it's an outdoor stadium.
Oh,
they're looking at.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Would that be a first for UFC? Possibly.
What was that? The one in the hangar.
Yeah.
For the naval
troops
base or whatever.
was Tim Kennedy and Hafiano Tal.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was in a hangar in
But
Afghanistan, maybe.
But it wasn't open.
No, it was a closed hangar.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah, I think this is a first for the UFC.
Yeah,
fucking
you gotta
suck
get the
if it
weather
rained.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be devastating.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Isn't Hawaii pretty consistent? And they can tell their weather pretty well. But
yeah.
We'll see.
It'll
It's a
be
long
right.
ways away. Oh, there's so much stuff to tangent to.
I kind of want to go back to what Sam was talking about
TJ
with
DJ.
Mighty Mouse. It's about time. Mighty Mouse should have spoken up like 4 fucking fights ago.
It almost makes it better that he's held it in this long.
Yeah.
Because now everyone's like, fucking about time, Mighty Mouse, and everyone has his back.
Yeah.
And is it true that Dana said either it's TJ or we're cutting the flyweight division? He said, fucking do it.
Yeah. He's never going to... I don't think Dana's ever going to confirm that, but it's kind of hypocritical. Because after he beat...
Hayes.
Tied
the record.
Yeah. Dana White was just all in arms saying, Mighty Mouse is a great champion. He's talking about how he's going to get better. He's a great guy. He's like,
but he always flip flops on like everything.
Yeah, he does.
You can never trust the thing that Dana says.
He's more the reason. Like he's been the reason that he's had feuds with Tito Ortiz, with Chuck Liddell. He's the reason. Like it's his fault people get pissed at him because he flip flops on people so much. And has anybody been a better company man for the UFC than Demetrous Johnson?
Yeah, you know. Oh,
Maybe
you're gonna put him
DC.
on. You're gonna put him on Fox like every card. Yeah, all right, sure. Fuck it.
Not DC. The Dominic Cruz. That DC.
Yeah, sure.
So, but still, definitely, Johnson's. Yeah, he doesn't deserve that shit.
Yeah, he earns every right to blow up about it. And I did think it was funny what Dillishaw posted.
What do you do?
He's a little like Minnie Mouse or Mighty Mouse. Don't be scared. This is a fight game. Taking title fights on 24 hours notice. I'm already waking up at 1:43. Let's fucking do this, you know. I think Dillashaw should wait for Garbrandt.
Yeah,
I
because
think that's a smart move for him.
it's a weird, unique situation because he didn't lose to Cruz.
Yeah.
And then Cruz finally loses it because it didn't go to a decision, or they would have gave it to him fucking anyway, even though Garbrandt dominated.
Yeah.
Or did it?
it did.
No,
No, it went to a
But it was
decision.
way too
Yeah.
one side. He dropped him a bunch of times. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so TJ only wants to do it because he knows that's a fucking money fight.
Yeah, exactly.
And
But also, like, when you're looking at what DJ, like, he went through every step on what the UFC told him.
yeah.
And it's like, yeah, he should get pay-per-view points for that fight. If you're going to do he's like, if you do TJ, give me pay-per-view pay-per-view points. And if he drops out, I get his money.
And they said no to that?
Yeah.
What
like,
the
no,
fuck?
fuck that.
Yeah.
Like, no, you're not getting pay-per-view points, but you're going to fight him.
See, this is the kind of shit this is something that if the UFC is so dumb about it, it's gonna be stuff like this that just makes this division or organization crumble.
Yeah.
And it's in such a good place right now. Don't fuck it up. It's stupid.
Yeah, they're running out of legitimate champions to get behind.
And then when you have one, you just fucking kick dirt in his face.
Yeah, like, and as a fan, we all should have known this was going to happen. It started with Holly Holm and Rousey,
Yeah.
where it was like, well, maybe even Dos Anjos and Pettis.
Mm-hmm.
But Pettis hadn't had it that long.
Yeah,
Where it was
he only
like
defended it once, I think.
everybody's losing belts.
Mm-hmm.
But that's supposed to happen because the sport's at such a peak that it's never been even close to in talent.
Yeah.
So there's a style that's going to make everybody lose the belt. And that's fucking exciting. It's like you don't want the Patriots to win the Super Bowl every fucking year.
Yeah.
But Dana White loves the Patriots.
Well, fuck Dana White. Let's see what else happened.
What did you have?
Oh yeah, you got. Oh yeah, what was that?
The comments behind him. Yeah, you kind of covered it with DJ.
That's what they
TJ Dillishaw calling him out, saying, "What are you doing? Let's do this."
Yeah.
Saying it's bullshit. He's running from him, kind of. But Demetrous Johnson's statement, he had 4 or 5 really good reasons for why he doesn't want to take this fight.
Well, also,
This guy's
like,
never
he agreed to fight Borg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The UFC was like,
he was going to
here's
stick
your
by
next
that,
guy. Yeah.
you know.
And Borg earned it.
TJ's never fought at 125 before, and it's a tough weight to make, especially when you're a little bit taller and a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean,
when you get down
it's
to
just it's just stupid.
those, what do you like?
I think he'll make that way, but go ahead.
Yeah. So he doesn't want to risk him not making it. They're not trying to. He says it's not going to make him a ton of money because it's not going to be a money fight or it's not going to be for a
Because
belt.
TJ's not a champ,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I get.
Yeah. Demetrous Johnson as a champion should not take all the risk in fighting this guy. He should be able to have something to fall back on, something to get his purse in case he misses it.
Oh, I just remembered my favorite quote he said. Go ahead. Is it? my favorite fucking quote was, "So McGregor can get the lightweight title and fucking leave for a year, and my black ass is still here defending my title, and yet I'm the one that's getting told that I need to."